The New Zealanders perform their war dance, the haka, in the presence of Her Majesty the Queen. The All Blacks are back at Twickenham in this famous fixture, this famous ground where in 1924 Cyril Brownlee, the All Black, was sent off. The ground where Prince Obolensky in the 30s scored his two famous tries, including that wonderful diagonal run. And the ground where last time here Colin Meads, that great All Black forward, scored his memorable try. And we're hoping to get more memories this afternoon in the first rugby union game in Britain to be televised in colour. Well, so far on this tour, the All Blacks have had 3 games. They've won them all. They've beaten the Northern Counties. They beat Midland, London and home counties last Saturday in that tremendous game, that great fight by the counties side. And in midweek, they beat the South of England at Bristol. So this afternoon, they come here to Twickenham to face an England side which has shown its confidence in the pack, which performed so heroically at Leicester last Saturday by choosing them all en bloc. All 8 of them go into the England side today, captained and skippered by Phil Judd. There are 2 new caps in the England side. They've got Gittings, the Coventry half-back, who also had a fine game last Saturday, coming in at scrum half. And at centre, they've got the Harlequin centre, Lloyd. That's the home side, that's England, hoping to win for only the 2nd time in 60 years in England against the All Blacks. Now here's the visiting side, the unbeaten tourists, the All Blacks. They also have new caps. Significantly, at first 5/8 they've got Earl Curtin. Earl Curtin playing there in his first Test match, although he has played in All Black colours 15 times. And in the forwards, that big, tall, rangy forward Williams, who I saw score 2 fine tries at Manchester against the North of England. So those are the sides. A match this afternoon on a ground which is very wet. There's been a lot of rain. It's still raining now, and this may make conditions rather treacherous, but the match is being played in the presence of Her Majesty the Queen. So those are the sides. Our match commentator is Bill McLaren.
This is John Finlan about to start the match. And in fact, it's Peter Larter who almost catches the All Blacks by surprise. That was Birtwistle fielding on the second chance. And so already England have shown that they're going to be alert and enterprising. This line out is 2 minutes outside the All Black 25. Number 6 at the tail for England is Budge Rogers, playing in his 30th international, if one doesn't include the Canadian match. Savage throwing. Larter palms. Owen has it. And the scrummage comes out 15 yards. And this is where the weight of the All Blacks is going to tell. They're fully a stone a man heavier, an average weight in their pack of 15.5 stones. Laidlaw waiting, the All Blacks holding and driving. They're going to wheel, and there's a good Scottish tactic in the right kind of conditions. There's Chris Laidlaw, only 19 when he came here in 1963-64, a mature player now of 11 internationals. Nicely out, not to his outside half Curtin, but to McCormick, the fullback. Got to watch for McCormick. Number 15 is up in the attacking line far more often than the average fullback. This is Savage going to throw. Toured with the British Lions in Australia and New Zealand, didn't play in a test. Nicely to Gittings. Not very good to Finland. McFadden in trouble. Up comes Williams. Lloyd went down there, picked up by Curtin, just outside the English 25. Here the New Zealanders watching it to Colin Meads from Tremaine. Beautifully back to Laidlaw. Nicely out to Davis. This is the centre playing at standoff. Magnificent run by Davis. Can he get there? It's a try for Curtin. Beautiful try for Curtin. Puts New Zealand ahead by 3 points to 0 after 6.5 minutes of the first half. And what a moment for this fellow Errol Curtin, because he's played 15 times for the All Blacks, and this is the first time in an international, and he's put his side ahead by 3 points to 0. And we go back to Fergie McCormick, the fullback. There he is, this short, stocky figure with the prop forwards build, 5 feet 8, over 13 stones, 28 years old, who's scored 45 points in the 3 tour games he's played in so far. There's the distance and the angle. Well within his range. The ball not yet really terribly heavy. And it's absolutely plumb centre. And so the All Blacks lead England by 5 points to 0 after 7.5 minutes of the first half. And they couldn't have had a more heartening start, with a try that was really started off by forward drive, initial forward drive, and then the backs handling in the other direction. Quite brilliant. Tremendously encouraging for those English forwards, that long kick by Finland. There's nothing that excites a forward more than to be running up the field and not back down towards his own line. Meads got that back nicely. Curtin took his eye off it. This is Rogers trying to give it to Taylor, but he hasn't. It's taken by Williams. Here's this Wellington flanker. Almost up to the England 25. McRae joining in, number 13, dribbling on. And this is Meads up there as well. Williams is there, number 6. And it's a try for Birtwistle. A sudden breakaway there, and Birtwistle has scored to put the New Zealanders ahead by 8 points to 0. And so it's Fergie McCormick, the All Black fullback, trying to convert that try. See how wonderfully stocky and strong this fellow is about the legs. He really could play as a forward. It's there. 10 points to 0. The All Blacks lead. 27 minutes of the first half gone. Well, we'll get that changed in a moment. Yes, here we go. That's the correct... Is it? No, hardly. Anyway, Finland has restarted. The ball has gone directly into touch without bouncing in the field of play. The All Blacks have decided to take the scrummage. They could have accepted the line out or asked England to take the kick again, but when you're 15.5 stones average weight up front, you obviously take the scrummage. They haven't lost one against the head so far. Nicely picked up by Loho. This is Williams, a flank forward. Out to Laidlaw. Brilliant move by the forwards. But it went just slightly forward there. This is 12, 15 yards outside the English 25. A heel against the head. Laidlaw to Curtin. There's the high cross kick, but McRae, the centre, really wasn't alert to that. Oh, what trouble Webb's in. He may have to carry over. He's just short. In go the All Blacks, trying to ruck it clear. And here's a wonderful opportunity for the All Blacks again, because this time they have the advantage of the put-in. They certainly have the weight to push England back if they're all tightly knit and bound. A penalty against the All Blacks. I think against the hooker McLeod. And this is Don Rutherford. Kel Tremaine in the middle. The man with the sweatband is Sam Strawn of Manawatu, North Island. Out to Curtin. This is McRae. The short kick through meant for Davis. Birtwistle, he's got a beautiful bounce. He's over the 25. Can he make the corner? He's inside Rutherford. Well tackled by Savage. A yard short. The ball went forward. It was Davis who followed up, but the ball shot forward. And you can't be more on the defensive than that situation. Gittings waiting. And it's a try. A try for Williams, who has dived in and scored a try because the scrummage the referee has decided had ended. The ball had gone over the line, the scrummage had ended, and any player could then play the ball, and Williams got a hand to it first, and he's put the New Zealanders ahead by 13 points to 0 after about 32 minutes of the first half. This is Fergie McCormick. Twice has scored 20 points in a match. And it's just past the right-hand post. But New Zealand firmly in the saddle, 13 points to 0 up, with I make it about 7.5 minutes to half-time. And New Zealand's record victory here at least against England over here is by 15 points to 0, so it could well be that we'll see another record today. Strawn takes that kick-off. This is Gittings, and the New Zealanders absolutely full of life now, chasing every ball. They know that they're in command here, they're in command up front, and the English forwards have an awful lot to do if they're going to pull this match back. This is just outside the English 25. Lahore has broken, he's at standoff. This is Lahore from the number 8 position, committing the backs. This is McRae, the big Hawke's Bay centre. Nicely back from Williams. Laidlaw working the narrow side. This is Curtin. Curtin, can he get to the line? I think it's going to be another brilliant try. Has he touched the touch and goal flag? We'll see. And the referee has given the try to Curtin. That's his second try of the match, and it puts New Zealand ahead by 16 points to 0 with 6 minutes to go to half-time. It could be there. It's just crept over. New Zealand 18, England 0. Already a record New Zealand score here against England, and I make it about 5 minutes to go to half-time. There's Finland, who's under intense pressure, and of course not getting the best of service, because Gittings himself is having a bit of trouble with the kind of distribution that he's having from his forwards. Strawn works it back. Laidlaw, Curtin. Curtin just outside the All Black 25. Nicely out to Laidlaw. This is Birtwistle. There's the kick ahead, and that's Big Larter going back into his own line, but into his own half rather, but they've got to come all the way back to the All Black 25. The referee waiting for an advantage to England, but clearly they lost a lot of ground, and so they get the advantage this time of putting the ball into the scrummage. Gittings, nicely to Finland. Savage, all the way through to the 25. McFadden, out to Lloyd. Lloyd must score. A brilliant try for Lloyd. And there's Bob Lloyd in his first international, an England scorer. And we're coming back to Don Rutherford with the conversion. That's more like it. Yes, that's the Don Rutherford we know. And so that must put a bit of heart into the English side. They've a long way to go yet. New Zealand 18, England 5. Just about half-time. And the referee's whistle does go for half-time, with New Zealand well ahead, well in command, and obviously Phil Judd with a tremendous amount to do to inspire this side to great things, and especially England are going to have to find inspiring form up front. And so both teams have had a good talking to from their respective skippers, but this All Black side here must be full of confidence, because they've got this tremendous weight forward and they've got the stamina there. A touring side's always wonderfully fit, and it's a question now of whether the English pack can keep the pace up. As Fergie McCormick restarts in the second half, Horton boring in there trying to work it clear, and eventually Billy Gittings puts it into touch just outside the English 25. And this is Birtwistle, one of the try scorers, palmed by Lahore. Laidlaw, Curtin. This is McRae, the big Hawke's Bay centre, going right outside McFadden. Inside to Williams, almost up to the English 25. You see big Kel Tremaine there, number 7 on the flank for the All Blacks, having a look just to see where the English standoff was positioned, because he wants to know which side he's coming, if he can possibly tell. Gittings, Finland. There's a big one. McCormick's going to have to run for that one, right up into his own 25. Rogers coming up quickly, and Savage as well. 12 or 15 yards inside the All Black half. That's John Owen. Behind him, Phil Judd, the English skipper. There's big Peter Larter with the sweatband. Sheriff just behind him. Bert Whistle. And the All Blacks taking a lot of ball at the line out. It's not always tidy ball, but then Laidlaw is such a brilliant scrum half at scooping up the ball. There's Tony Horton, a tight head prop. Meads is in there. There's Meads, out to Laidlaw. Rutherford. Well, now it's a question, the crowd not pleased about that. It's a question of whether the ball was in Rutherford's possession as his feet were over the line or not. The touch judge obviously decided that the ball was, and therefore it's touch. Lahore palms, Laidlaw, Curtin, this is McRae, Davies on the short burst, almost up to the 25, he's got Dick outside him, this is Dick, he must score. Magnificent try by Malcolm Dick. And we come back to Fergie McCormick, who's already had 3 conversions. There's the distance and the angle. McCormick then. And it's there. It doesn't matter how it gets over as long as it gets over in between. McCormick's 4th successful conversion, 23 points to 5 they lead. And it's John Finland to restart. At least we thought so, but this is Bob Taylor. Now this is quite interesting because Savage is inside the 25. He's given it outside to Taylor. Taylor's going to score! Oh, and he just lost it. What a pity for England. Ten minutes of the match to go. New Zealand 23, England 5. Laidlaw. This is McCormick. To Bert Whistle, steps inside Taylor. Almost up to the 10 yards line. That's Budge Rogers down there. Number 1, Tony Horton. Let's see if we can see Tony Horton boring in. He's got such a powerful and strong back that he can actually bore in right on the opposing hooker, and it often disrupts his work. Nicely out to Finland. And you'll notice that there were 4 All Blacks back covering that little kick. There's Lahore, the captain, number 8. Williams, the flanker, was there as well. And Bert Whistle and McCormick. Palmed by Tremaine. One of Laidlaw's unexpected muffs. This is the big Hawke's Bay man, McRae. It's the try. How do you like to be at the bottom of that lot? My goodness me. Great stuff, but the ball's obviously not coming out of there. There's Bob Sheriff, who tackled big McRae. And the All Blacks were making ground, not responsible for the stoppage, so they've got the put in. They'll be very glad of that, because still a good position for England if they could get the ball. But the All Black front row holding on well. There's the wheel, trying to dribble away. And there was a perfect example of the tremendous courage of this little English scrum half. A penalty to England. But Gittings there, diving in at the feet of the All Black forwards to stop their wheel and rush. And again, it's Peter Larter coming up to try to increase the English score. Number 14 there, Savage, the right wing. Larter, who got his only other cap against the Australians last season. Actually played 3 times against the Wallabies last season. And kicked 6 penalties and 9 conversions in Canada last month. So that looks more like it. It's a good one. And so a first kicking success for Peter Larter. New Zealand leading by 23 points to 8. This is on the English 10 yards line. And I make it less than a minute to go to no side. New Zealand 23, England 8. This is Davies, out to Dick. Dick inside to Davies, almost up to the 25. There's the high kick and Tremaine is tearing up on it. That's Lloyd clearing for England. And chasing his own kick. Back comes Kirton, going outside Lloyd. There's the high cross kick. Taken by Finland on the 25. That's meant for Webb. And McCormick's racing across there, but the angle of the kick beat Webb. And first man up to the line out, number 4, Peter Larter. Bert Godwin, number 2 there as well. I make it that we're into injury time. New Zealand 23 points to 8 up as Lahore again takes it. This is Colin Meads. Look at this, like a human tank. Trying to give it to Williams, couldn't. This is nicely out to Finland. Savage thrown down on halfway, picked up by Birtwistle. This is Larter. Beautifully out to Finland. And England's forwards trying to take their tired limbs up there. Budge Rogers is in. Just 15 yards out from the New Zealand line. Can England get a last minute score? McFadden, Lloyd. Can Lloyd make it? And Lloyd has scored a remarkable try. His second try of the match. Brilliant last second effort by England. And let's have another quick look at that one, because it was a great try. See the step inside, and Lloyd triumphantly touching down for his third try against the All Blacks in 2 matches. That makes the score New Zealand 23, England 11, with I make it about a minute of injury time already gone. And there's the kick for big Peter Larter as the enclosure and the stands rise to Bob Lloyd, the Harlequin centre. And it's sliced. New Zealand 23, England 11. The referee's whistle goes for no side. The All Blacks have retained their 100% tour record.
And here, fresh from the bath with a lovely shiner under his right eye, the New Zealand skipper Brian Lahore. Well, you were a long way ahead at half-time. Did you think they had the match won at that time?
Well, I thought we had sufficient points, yes.
Were you surprised at how easily you broke down the English resistance in the first half?
Yes, we didn't expect to get that many points up so early. We went out there to get early points, definitely, but not to get that many. We didn't expect that we'd get that many so early.
Did you find this as a test match any harder than some of the district matches you've been playing against North of England and South of England and Midlands?
Yes, test matches are always just that little bit hard. I think everyone just gives that little bit extra, and they're always hard. As it turned out today, it was really hard, especially in the second half when England came back, and at the finish we were fairly tired.
Yes, in that last half an hour, the English pack got to grips with you for almost the first time in the game, didn't they?
Yes, I think psychologically our boys probably thought they had